Welcome back to class. We are in weeks 3 and 4. As you can see, this module will end February 15th. There was a little confusion today, so I just wanted to reiterate this is a bi-weekly asynchronous course. I've chosen to give you 2 weeks just because, well, it seems to make your lives a little easier and there's less of a rush to do my work and I get better quality of work. Uh, so I've chosen to just publish 8 modules instead of 16. I had a little confusion today. Somebody was wondering why the work was due all today, but it's in the syllabus here. You know, it's all laid out. Weeks 3 and 4, this week's work, this module's work, is due February 15th. So we're covering the Constitution and its origin, and there are a lot less links than in the third edition. When I had the third edition, every single section of this book was linked in here, and for some reason, and everybody got freaked out because they thought that they had like a million pages of reading to do. So there it is. Read chapter 2 in your textbook. It's not a lot. Again, I have this book. No section in it is any more than about 14 pages. All right, and I have these up for you once again. I'll repeat myself. I'm not the biggest fan of these slides that the book gives, but some of you really like them, so I post them, usually without comment, although, you know, a few times I think there will be some commentary associated with those slides. So look out for that, but mostly they'll just be without comment. Chapter 2 assignments, quiz, for which you will need to read the chapter, and then a module discussion. So watch the following TED Talk and post your reflection to the discussion. I've tested this on a couple different browsers in a couple different ways because I'm teaching a version of this class at Heartland and everybody was saying the link was broken. This should not be broken. This will work for you. All right. And if it doesn't, of course, I know I'll hear from you via email. And reflect on the following prompt. The United States Constitution is a brief document, less than 7,000 words. The Constitution does not go into an extensive amount of detail. How has the structure of the Constitution allowed the document to withstand time? In what ways has the Constitution remained responsive to the needs of our changing nation, considering it was written a heck of a long time ago? And how will the document continue to evolve as we evolve as a nation? All right, so post, that's 10 points. Reply to at least one other post. You are encouraged to reply to as many posts as you like. I'm only requiring one. So 15-point assignment. A post is 10 points. The reply is 5. Now, again, people get confused that they don't get the full points. Well, usually it's because they forgot to reply to a post. All right, they'll leave a wonderful response worthy of 20 points instead of 10, but because there is not a reply to a classmate, I can't give it full credit. Now, moving right along, this is going to be extremely helpful for you when it comes to the test, but it's not an assignment. You do not have to fill it out. It'd be a good idea for you to fill it out, but there are no points attached to it. I do not need this turned in. You just do it, hold on to it, use it for your own purposes. It's, you know, not a bad thing that you should, you know, just kind of have for life, really. But this is just to help you on the exam, in which we have one coming up. Federalism, as I say here, you don't need to read that chapter in your book. You're only going to be held responsible for what I have here. So there's a lecture, 3 parts video. Again, I try to incorporate a variety of learning styles: auditory, visual. There's a handout. This is just a visual aid. Again, no assignment or points attached. This is just for you to look at. This is out of our old book. Then 2 exercises. This exercise is probably something you're going to want to pay attention to, because you may or may not see these questions phrased exactly this way with the answers in the exact order that they appear here on the exam. And then sort the powers, if it lets me click over. All it's really asking, I have a bunch of powers: declare and engage in war. Okay, is that a reserved, delegated, or concurrent power? And it goes through a whole bunch. It's only one question. The one question's worth 21 points. All right, then we are back in the book. As I say here, a boring end to the unit. Read your chapter on civil liberties. There are the slides, and take a quiz. That is that for the class. You have 2 modules for the first semester experience: finding community and help at ICC and achieving academic success. There are 2 check yourself assignments for modules 2 and 3, 5 points each. Again, I will reiterate, first semester experience is 10% of your grade. That's the difference between an A and a B. I know this is probably not the most exciting thing, although it's full of great information that undergrad Mr. Parker would have greatly benefited from. But do this. I mean, it's easy. It's 10% of your grade. 10%, that's 1 letter grade. All right. Shouldn't be a reason you're not getting 100% for 10% of your grade there. All right, so we've been through weeks 3 and 4. We've been through the first semester experience. Let's see what's on the syllabus. I'm thinking there's a test coming up, and I'm thinking I'm going to need to push it a week, but let's just see. The first test is... Yeah, hold the phone on that one, guys. I'm going to see if I can get it done this week. We'll have it on February 16th. If I can't, we're going to push it a week. So just hang tight. Check back. I'll make an announcement about whether or not this is going ahead for February 16th. All right, any questions, comments, or concerns, shoot me an email. Have a good couple of weeks, and I'll talk to you later.